Hello, everybody. It is Copper Owl. I'm back with some fun hunting tonight. Going to be hunting some DDOs, or at least some potential half dollars that may have DDOs, may have a no FG as well. So, that's what we do here. I know there's a bunch of other streams going on. American Eagle Hoarders going on, coining around, Rob Vine's treasure. So I realize there's a lot of streams out there. So if you're choosing to spend some time with us tonight, I definitely appreciate that. It's just one of those situations where the past couple weeks I've opted not to stream over the top of everybody and just hunt these off camera. But I've needed to get back on, do these on camera. We had great box on Sunday, so you know what? I figured let's go for it. So give me just 1 second. I got somebody knocking on the outside of the cave door here, so let me see what's up. Okay. So, if anybody's been over to American Eagle Hoarders tonight, I only caught a very small bit of it, but it sounded like maybe there was a dispute about something I'd said before about how he runs his seated coin rolls on Sunday evenings. It's very possible that I misspoke. I'm not sure. I thought as he went from 20 rolls with 19 clad rolls and one silver roll and integrating those in, mixing them in, and making rolls out of those so that people could buy them and bring that to light, then that would increase the odds. Give me just 1 second. I've got a phone call coming in. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Just had to have a quick conversation about something unrelated. But um, anyhow, as I was saying before that call came in, I just wanted to at least get out there, kind of on a record, and apologize to American Eagle Hoarder, who has been a friend for a while. We definitely try to help each other out in different ways. Um, try to help support each other through some different things. But here's the thing: I don't know every detail of how he's running his seated rolls. It started off with 20 rolls, 19 of which would be clad, one would be 40% or other items, sometimes proofs and stuff. So my understanding was that going from 20 to 40, he would have it up to 2 rolls of silver. And if that's not the case, then it's my fault that I might have communicated that. It's certainly not my intention to deceive anybody. So please, if you want to know how somebody runs their stream, go to them and ask. It would be very, very inappropriate for me to assume to tell you how somebody does their stream, and I mean I'm just guessing at that because I'm not over there running his stream with him. So he can run his stream how he wants. So I mean, I've been on long enough. You've seen how I run my streams. So enough about that. I just want to kind of apologize if I've misled anybody, and because it was purely unintentional, if that's what happened. So anyhow, all that aside, and we really don't need to get into it. I know there's maybe some heartburn over some things outside of that, but anyhow, let's get into some DDOs. And Chris Best, I saw that you're here. I want to kind of run down what we'll do. What I will do is in the top, in that corner over there, you will see images of the DDOs that we will be bringing up.
Disconnected.
And we'll be comparing that as our reference point to identify DDOs as we go through the coins. So that being said, we want to make sure that we go through each person's individually. So Chris Best, your group, then Tasman, then I'll have Jim Cantor, and we'll finish up with Matteo Stranato. So that's how we kind of have things lined up. I'm also watching a online auction off here to the side, and it looks like I have won some proof Susan B. Anthony's. It looks like I have won an 1806 large cent. And it looks like I'm at least winning an 1868 shield nickel that's in pretty decent shape. A lot of those are really worn. Yeah, I think I got it for a good price too. Just kind of looking at my notes here. Yeah, not too bad. I'm hoping I'm currently winning an 1875 S 20-cent piece. If I win that one, it's going immediately into the typeset book because it'll be the first one I own. Now, granted, I can show some of these off when we get to them, when they come in, but so far I've got one of the big 4 that I'm looking for. I did have a bid in on 8 World War II era German coins because I definitely I like the history behind those coins. I'm not necessarily collecting them because I believe in the Nazi movement or anything like that. I appreciate history. That's probably why I'm yeah, okay, Chris, that's fine. And again, if I did anything to mislead, I described things to the best of my knowledge of what was going on. I hope that's not something that has stirred up a hornet's nest here. So anyhow, let me set my timer so that I don't miss out on these bids. I would love to get this shield nickel and this 20-cent piece. It's probably going to cost me a little bit to do it, but right now I'm invested only a little bit in these other items, so I think I can go for it. The other big prize here, the fourth of the prizes, would be 9 or 18 rolls of wheat pennies, and one of the rolls I saw marked on there 1918s. There's a lot of 40s and 50s. There's one that's in the 30s, and there's another one that says old wreath on back. Those could be some Indian heads right there. So right now, if they were all wheat pennies, it looks like $50 isn't going to get the job done. But I'm hoping to keep it within reason, because anything short of probably $90 is probably an okay deal. I'd like to keep it close to 70. But if it's an Indian head roll in there, that just jacks it way up, and $100 isn't out of the question for this collection. So we'll see what happens. So let me set my timer so that I don't miss out on the close of these. I do apologize that it's kind of eating into our time here tonight. But you kind of got to go for it. Love German Empire coins too. Yeah, absolutely. So 11 people in, guys. Thank you so much. I'm sure you're splitting time between here and other things. I'm not forecasting that we're going to have a lot of prizes or anything tonight, not a lot of giveaways, but that being the case, it's really just kind of a fun hunt, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So let me get another bite of food real quick. I'm going to disappear for just a second. All right. And you know what? I don't know. What do you guys think? Camera or no camera tonight? If I have no camera, that opens up the field here where you can see it a lot more. But I don't know that we need it. I'll turn it back on for now. But why don't you guys tell me, camera or no camera? I feel like I'm crowding that little thing right there. So anyway, let's get into it. We're going to start with the 1977 DDO. That's what you see on the screen there. You can see there's doubling from north to south on the S, the T, the U, the R, and the other T. So we'll get into this and see what we can find. It's my show. Yeah, but I don't have to be visible. There's a lot of streams out there that, the host is not visible. And let me tell you, when you meet them at a coin show down in Grove, Oklahoma, you're like, oh, you're not at all what I pictured. And then, you hear a voice and you try to picture what that person might be if you've never met them. So anyway, all right, there we go. So I've had the chance to look at enough of these now that I'm probably focusing mainly on the S. If I see something suspicious, I'll look at the rest of it. But in the order to keep things moving quickly, I'll be focusing on that S to see if we have that north-south doubling there. See, that one's a little suspicious because it's a little thicker, but it looks like it's probably damaged. because you'll see I don't see double serifs at the top of the U. I don't really see it in the R or the T either. So I'm going to say no on that one. Hey, Carrie Z, how we doing? All right. Kind of the same story with that one. You know, post-mint damage on these things can be really kind of brutal sometimes, so you never know. I'm going to switch that back over so I can see what's going on. Looks like I'm about 12 and a half minutes away from a decision on that shield nickel, and about 15 minutes on the 20-cent piece. I've got a shield nickel. I'd probably let that one go if it meant getting the 20-cent piece. It's not in great shape, but you know, even one in not great shape is worth quite a bit. So yeah, you see there's kind of some oddity there. I don't believe that's going to be doubling though, because the U's don't. I have the perfect face for radio. Man, I know that feeling. That's why I'm surprised you guys want the camera. But you know what? You guys surprise me from time to time. So I think the redeems that we usually use on the Sunday streams are available. So, you know, hey guys, knock yourselves out. Make some noise, have some fun. Entertain yourselves. Because it's not long until you're going to hear some of this.
Touchdown, Kansas City!
Vinny, you might hear some of that.
Freeze, go first!
There we go. All right, so that was the 77s. What we're going to do now is we'll switch it out. And again, these are Chris Best's coins. Try saying that 5 times fast. So we're going to switch it up to the 73. Have you noticed the new picture I put up? I have not. I will make it a point to get out and check that out. Vinnie Mays, it's going to be, well, you know what? I've been talking about making a change on that. Let me just do it right now. I don't like that mychan command. I think it's a little obscure. So let's just change that. Let's change that to, like you said, me. So mychan is now me. Exclamation me. I will change it in here as well. Me. There we go. All right. That's taken care of. Give it a try. Okay, let's get back to this. So on this one, as you can see, the doubling is, it kind of looks north to south, but it's a lot east to west on that S. And then it kind of takes the R and the U that same direction. So those are the things we're looking for on that one. And if we find, those characteristics, there's other characteristics I'll point out to you that we will look for. These, when you see them, they really kind of jump out. They're just not there on a lot of things. There's a lot of machine doubling on these. And some people would argue, well, machine doubling is still doubling, isn't it? It's kind of, it is doubling, but it's not the doubling that is going to get recognized universally by the grading companies. And that's what you want. Okay. there's one set of 73Ds. Now, I've got about 2 more full rolls of 73Ds to go through, so we'll go through those. Really dark one. I didn't think we'd see much on that. Oh well. Break time for the Who. How we doing, my doppelganger brother? We're just trying to check out and see if we've got DDOs. Nothing yet. Nothing, but we're still early in the game. I'm down to about 6.5 minutes on that shield nickel. I'm still ahead. I'm still ahead on the 20-cent piece too, but I expect that one to pick up and get a little more feisty. In fact, let me do a quick check here. $82 is what the other one went for. Makes me think that we're not done chasing that one down yet. If it gets to 82, I might have to pass because that's kind of the low end of the value after I do a buyer's premium on it. I would hate to lose that one. But I think of the 3 that were available, the first one going for 82 might have been a little overpriced because I saw a lot of things that look like scratches on it, like it had been cleaned and it's kind of white. The one I'm looking at has a lot of kind of natural tone to it, so I'm kind of hoping that that's a better grab for me. Plus I can read it better. So we will see. Anyhow, back to the bid screen. I just wanted to kind of see what the other ones went for so I could have an idea what ballpark I might need to exist in, because I don't have a lot of extra on top of this one, you know, I put in one price. Now see, that 3 kind of looks like it's got some doubling there, but the S is where you're looking for it. I think the 3 is just some damage. A lot of Hoosiers, good to meet you. Yeah, nice. We're real popular in Indiana. We love the state of Indiana. Been to Indianapolis once. Treasure Charger, I think I met you briefly at the Grove Show, didn't I? Alright, we're getting down to crunch time on that shield nickel. I'd love to get that one. It's probably the best looking one I would have in my collection. Just under 4 minutes to go on that one, and now 7.5 minutes on the 20-cent piece. So what's interesting is me trying to spend money I really probably shouldn't be. It's giving us a little bit to talk about. You're a little bit there on Thursday. Okay, I remember that. I didn't remember seeing you the whole time, but yeah, on Thursday, that was good. Yeah. I don't remember having a long conversation, but I remember meeting you. So we'll have to do that again sometime. All right, under 3 minutes now on the shield nickel. I'm only into it $15, so what's crazy is under 3 minutes they take the high bid off the screen. You're getting a table next year? Awesome. I think it's going to be in Tulsa if I've heard my information correctly. And honestly, as much as it was kind of fun getting together in a small town, I think Tulsa will just be that much more interesting, more things to do, easier to get to travel-wise. Yeah, I'd like to get another table, and you know what? Maybe as things get closer, maybe we should. Like I shared a table with somebody last year. Maybe we should do something like that. It was a lot of fun being situated between Paul Spare Time and Baseman, and then Coins Making Sense, Kevin with Coins Making Sense, and Teacher, who I'd never met before, but had seen on here. I mean, I could say that about a lot of people there at that show. So, anyhow, all right. There's my alarm, so I don't miss it. Got probably coming up on about a minute left, and I am still in the lead on both. Got about 5 minutes on the 20 cent. Yeah, Hoosier was there. I got to meet Hoosier Stacker, and I got to find out, a little bit about Keith with Coin Crew and how he got us. Somehow he made us out to be the other person. He took one look at me and thought I was Hoosier. So if you're ever in a stream and see Hoosier and I kind of giving each other the whole doppelganger thing, or blending our names together in some creative way, that's kind of the inside joke for us. So let me move my phone over here and get it on the charger. I don't want to lose power. Never know, Mrs. Al might need something. Well, it looks like somebody tried to get it from me because the clock reset up to almost 3 minutes. So apparently I'm paying a little more than $15 for it now. I'm up to 17. Let me see where I was at. I think my max was 20. So we'll see. Like I said, if it goes over 20, it's probably still a good deal at 25, but with those buyer premiums after that, I may have to just let it go. So, minute and a half to go on that, 3 minutes on the 20 cent. Man, my fingers are crossed. I'm like almost giddy on the inside watching these two come down. Got about just under 10 minutes before all those wheat pennies. If I lose out on that 20 cent piece, I'm getting those pennies. The only question is, can I afford to get both? Okay, we're going to switch over to EBTH. It's on high bid. I'm going to switch over to 1972, and you can see the doubling is kind of at the bottom. You can see it best on the serifs. Yeah, it was a great time. Absolutely. All right, I'm under 30 seconds now on the shield nickel. I'm outbid on that. I'm outbid on the 20 cent. Somebody nicked me by $2, so I don't know if it is or not, Treasure Charger. All right, I'm back on the 20 cent. I'm outbid on that one again. Somebody nicked me in the last 30 seconds. All right, final bid on the shield nickel. So that's just how these are going to go. See, the more I buy, the better the shipping. I spread it around a little bit. Okay, so actually that's not a DDO. It's just an example of a DDO. But yeah, you're right. If we find that on one of these coins, then yeah, nice DDO. Oh, goodness. I wish these clocks would be in real time. Well, I'm outbid again on this 20 cent. I'm going to have to make some decisions on this now. Okay, that's going to be my last chance at it. I'm talking over $100 for this thing now, after the fees.
He not only rambled, but he rumbled and stumbled.
I'm sorry, you're watching me kind of go through the whole bidding process, so it's... I know it's not what you tuned in for, but it's kind of fun to watch me sweat a little bit, isn't it?
Until we decide it is.
That's right.
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no!
That's right. It is not over.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
There's owl number 3.
Hi.
Where am I at? Still winning, still winning. I'm under a minute on the 20 cent piece now. I'm at about a minute 12 on the shield.
Is this half dollars tonight?
These are DDOs, yeah.
Ooh.
So, we're trying to find some.
Turd.
Yeah, you found the picture.
Turd.
All right, I'm going to refresh and see where I'm at.
Okay, bye-bye.
I'm under 30 seconds on the 20 cent. I'm under a minute on the shield. $13 seconds on the 20 cent. 30 seconds on the shield. Oh, is it going to happen? I think it's going to happen. I got them both. I paid a lot for it. Oh, God. Swiper, no swiping, yeah. Well, that probably means I'm not going to have the pennies, but you know what? I've got thousands of wheat pennies. I don't need these, but boy, it'd be nice. Oh, I'd have to think really hard in the next 4 minutes if that's something I really wanted to do or not. I'm probably invested now. Ooh. Yeah, I think I need to stop. All right. Good auction. Whew. I have a 20 cent piece now. All right. I think at a reasonable, I'll just tell you, I'm into it $80. They're going to put another 18% on top of that. So just shot, probably about $94 for it. That's the absolute low end on PCGS.
Show me the money!
I realize that's a graded value, so I'm probably a little more invested in it than I wanted to be. But you know what? It fills a spot. I've been looking for one for a long time. I'd really rather have it in my hand and look at it, but and if it's in a shop, you know it's going to be 120, 130 bucks. So in that regard, I think I did okay. Unless somebody wants to get those pennies from me. Oh, that reminds me. I need to get over to Walmart. I found on their clearance aisle a couple Lego sets that a friend of mine, he's getting into the brick business. Okay, so Jim, what I have won, and man, in a minute and a half, those pennies are going to be gone, and I'm going to be crying a little bit, but I think I've got to let them go. I didn't expect to have to pay so much for the, well, I kind of knew that I might have to, but anyway, to kind of recap what I did win, I got a 79 and 81 proof Susan B. Anthony. They were together. I'm kind of getting it for the 81 proof. Or, you know, that should fill a spot in the book for me. The 79 will probably upgrade, so I'm not disappointed with either one of those. I'm like $3 on those. $3 total. Landed an 1806 large cent, so now I'll have an 02, an 05, and an 06. I'm considering going after a large cent collection now. I also got an 1868 shield nickel. It's in okay shape, probably better than the ones that I do have. And then I just landed an 1875 S 20-cent piece. Now the pennies are hard to watch go out the door, because out of 18 rolls, I think 15 of them are 40s and 50s. There's a 30s. There's a 1918 marked on one, and then there's one that just says old wreath on back. You know what those are. So anyway, I think it's been a good auction. I will go back out my watch list, see if I'm missing anything. I don't think I am. That was the last thing. There's bar notes. How much they want for those? $16 for 11 bar notes and one red sealed $2 bill. Which ones, Jim? Anyhow. Hey, Mike Slice, how we doing? Okay, back to... I'm getting it focused on this so we can get it done, because we got a long way to go. Alright, so we're looking at the 72s at the base of the T and the R doubling that would show up there. Oh, the pennies. You know, the price that was realized was $50. Now, by my estimation, see, I should have thrown $4 more at that and got them, because that's less than $3 a roll. Somebody just stole those. But I just won all that other stuff, and I felt like I can't throw $50 more at it. Not tonight. I'll have other opportunities to get pennies. But I thought they could go in excess of $70 to $90, because if somebody looked at the detail on that and missed that there's maybe a roll of Indians in there, I mean, that right there is $50 to $70 easy, even if, you know, if there's nothing of significance in there. So I was thinking, you know, if somebody read that really close and put a good value on something from the teens, something from the 30s, a bunch of 40s and 50s, and then a roll of Indians, it could easily get close to $135, $40. But went for $50. I might have missed an opportunity there. But you know what? I'm happy with what I got. I'm turning that auction off. I'm turning that auction off because we've got DDOs to look at. That was the last items that I was looking at anyway, so I'm actually pretty thrilled. Only got about 5 things, but damn, them some nice things. All right, got another stack of 72s to look at. Chris Bess, are you still with us? Because these are yours. There's one that somebody decided to look at for us. Based on what they've seen, I would tend to agree. It's like Diggin' Dave just came on. I owe him a shout for coming into our stream last Sunday. So after these, we'll look at the 71Ds, and for Chris Best, there is a lot of them. Now, this is probably the best looking 72 Philly that we've had in this whole, little bunch of them so far. That's what I like to see, is just something really clean like that be doubled up. Unfortunately, usually the ones that I find doubled up are kind of dinged up. So it's really just kind of pure chance if you find that one that's on a nice, clean example. It's the picture beside me. Yeah. Let me see what we're talking about here. Now that's just not right, Vinny. I mean, I get that, but we would probably put the Chiefs gear on the kid or the guy doing that, and kind of move the Broncos helmet in line there, So let me see what's going on out here. 55 Chevy, how we doing? I'm going to listen in on Diggin' Dave here just a second, since I just said hi.
Everything seems to be working now, though, which is good. I know, Indigon, I haven't really had any issues with my camera up until now.
Meanwhile, we're going to switch over to
copper owl coins. I don't know why I read that as oil. Copper owl coins. What's up, man? How you doing? How you doing?
All right. He said hi.
I read it wrong. Copper, oil. All right, really quick, I'll go ahead and put the tiers if anyone's interested in some rolls. I'll put this in the chat really quick. And then I'm going to pin I'm gonna pin the comment
Not
video in the
copper
live
oil.
chat. So
It's not Cooper
if you
oil.
have not left a
Copper
comment
owl.
on the comment video, make sure and go leave it.
All right. Anyway, back to this. So, okay, we're looking at 71s. Oh, just getting over COVID. Man, 55. I'm glad to hear that you're getting over it. It's better than the alternative. Just realized I don't have my light on over here, so give me just a second. There, I probably look like I'm alive now. That's just what you wanted to see, is see me better, huh? So anyway, okay, so the 71s, I'll blow this up just a little bit so you can see it. There's two DDOs we look for that can be.
He's a real big dude.
I can be. But you'll see it's kind of pointing at the leg of the R, doubling in the S, and in the T. What I find interesting is that it doesn't point to the top of the U. That's almost one of the more telltale signs that I look for. Is when you see the top of that U, the serif like that, and another one about like that, and it's very clearly north-south like that. That's one of the telltale signs that I look for. But then, if you see that, one way to validate it is on the picture to the left of that, you'll see the splitting on the serifs of the T in Liberty, and that's another good way to find it. So, there we go. The other DDO is a little harder to identify, and for the sake of time, I don't spend a lot of time looking for that one. It would involve looking for, if I recall this correctly, extra metal to the left here of the B. There would be some doubling right here in the L, and then one of the clear signs of that might be in this bottom right serif on the I. It almost looks like it's tripled, but then this N will look like it's doubled as well, on both of these serifs. Other signs would be some doubling in the G, top and bottom serifs here, some wideness in the O this way, and a little bit of doubling through the D. So it takes a lot to find that one. So we spend more time looking at these just because there's so many of them to go through. I'm literally looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, almost 13 full rolls of these. So, 260, or no, let's see, 13, yeah, 260 of these. So we got to keep moving on these. If it's not obvious, we don't stop. So hopefully this has kind of been a little bit educational for you. We don't expect a huge turnout. I think we did get up into the 30s one time, but I just kind of had a fantastic, just well-timed evening where I got into these and nothing else was going on apparently. Because looking for DDOs may not be the first thing on your menu for the night, but it's what we do, and it's been a while, been about a month since we've done one of these. I just wanted to make sure that people still knew that I was doing them, and I get out there and I tell you that I'm doing them, so I want you to trust that yes, I do this. I do this whether I broadcast it or not, because I want to find as much as I can for every dollar you spend with me on buying these rolls. I think it's part of the value that I can give you guys. That one right there. That one, I think we're going to have something. We're going to turn it. Yep, you can see it. You can see it real clear. Looks Looks like we've got split right there along the R. We've got doubling in those serifs like I was describing to you. A little extra length here and thickness in the S. You can see a little break throughout the T there. And this is actually on a pretty nice one. So we'll come over here and look at the T. Keep turning it. There might be the best look. So you can kind of see a split right there. It's not the strongest split, but you can see little fragments. It almost looks like it's tripled right there. I don't know that I can get it much easier without just blowing the window up. It's already zoomed in pretty good. There you can kind of see it. It's had a little wear. It's had a little wear, so you're missing it, but you can kind of see the line through the top bar of the T from left to right across it too. So I think we got one. 71D DDO FS 101. This is for Chris Best. So his fantastic fantastic rolls, his whole box he had produced yet again. That's right. You know what? That's worth some type of sound from me.
Holy cow!
Ooh, that was loud. I'm sorry. So Chris Best, congratulations. You'll be having a DDO added to your finds. That's how we find them, and that's why we do it. I just find it ironic that the one coin that we've seen the most of has two DDOs that you can look for. Hey, does any mod want to help me with that dating site? Because I've got a little something for them. Got him. Oh, we got 3 of them. Got them all. All right, thank you. Thanks for getting on that. I'm sorry, I need to probably turn that down just a little bit. There we go. I don't have a touchdown Denver because the iconic voice that gives me the touchdown Kansas City, he used to be the play-by-play broadcaster at my alma mater, and then he came over to the Chiefs. He was splitting time with them, but then it became a full-time gig, and I don't blame him. That's a pretty good deal he's got going on there. But it was a lot of fun the year that we won the Super Bowl, listening to him call that. That was amazing. I'm still sitting here thinking, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm going to have a 20-cent piece finally. I'm going to say it's probably in AG to G condition, and I just spent almost $100 on something like that. What kind of nerd am I? If it was any better condition, it would have been hundreds. That's the hard part on those things. You either pay a lot for something in crummy condition, or you save up 5 times as much, and you might get one a little better. So after these, after we get done with Chris Best's coins, we'll be getting into Tasman. He had about 30 rolls, I believe, if I recall correct. So 30 rolls It won't take as long to get through all of his, and then we'll move on to JC, or JC, Jim Cantor. I was about to say JC Likes Pam because he's gotten several rolls from me in the last 2 months. Pardon me. Haven't been sleeping real great, so. But I'm trying to figure out what I want to do about Sunday's stream. There's a chance it will be at the same time. That's kind of a slim chance. I'd be driving from northern Iowa with the hopes of getting it home by noon. That might be pushing it. So what's more likely is I'm considering bumping it to something during the day on Monday. How would everybody feel about something like that? I might be able to get... Oh, there goes one hitting the ground. Probably the $1 million one. That's where I'm kind of thinking. That's where I'm thinking it would be the safest bet. I've got Armando from the block coming into town today. He's looking for a box because he's not finding anywhere he's at. But if I start giving him my boxes, then I don't have them to hunt. They've only got so many at the bank today, and it's going to be another week before they can get them, and then he'll be on his way home again. So, I wanted to work that out, but I'm not sure I was necessarily able to. Well, only the U got dirty there. That's weird. There's a really nice 71. There's kind of some of that machine doubling or shadowing. It almost looks like, or ghosting there. But that would have been a nice one to have a DDO on. See if I can pick that up. Oh, we got more dates, huh? Well, that's unfortunate. Because they're not even good dates. But they care enough to come over and say hi, so let me give you just one collective. All right, we're down to 3 more full rolls for the 71Ds. We'll keep looking at those. Maybe we'll find a second one. It's been known to happen. Like there, right there. I think we got a second one. Look at that. Real easy to see. All the same markers right there. Yeah, I know, Jim, but if I have a ton of subscribers, that's one thing. If somebody's checking us out for the first time, that doesn't do me any favors, so... So, yep, there's a second one. And they're both in pretty decent shape. So, very lucky, Chris Best. I hear myself saying Chris Best. Chris Best. I'm trying to say it. Chris, I don't know if you're here or not, but maybe you had to run. Right. It is a boom.
Kaboom!
You can still watch but have to sub to talk. Yeah. It's a chance I'm taking right now. I don't like them coming by. I don't know that they're actually doing anything other than just dropping their crap out there, but you know what? It gives the mods something to shoot at. See, that one's got a ring of death on it. But the R kind of caught my eye, but it had a little extra width there across that leg of the R. One of those things that you're looking for. All right. 2 more rolls. Then we're going to look at about 4 rolls for no FGs on the 72Ds. Really nice one here. Yep, too bad. I'll even check that one for the secondary. Nope, nothing on that one. Maybe that'll be my new policy. On really nice ones, we'll check for the second one. I can't believe it's September tomorrow. There's parts of this year that have just flown by. Hey, Scott Teskey, how we doing? Is it Teskey or Tesk? I've heard it both ways on different channels, so to me it looks like Teskey. Like there's more to say after the K. Teskey. I got it. I feel good that I got it right. Not everybody that comes on here is that lucky. I think I got Mike Schleiss very, very quickly, but there's sometimes I still slip and say Schleiss. Schleiss. All right, last roll of 71Ds for Chris Best. Chris, are you out there? We have found 2 71Ds. So our totals for the DDOs is going to go up. I like that. We're averaging more DDOs per box than we were through all of last year, which is a good thing. And honestly, those 2 make like 8 found in the last 3 weeks. It's not a bad average. Some weeks I'm surprised it's not higher. Some weeks it's just absolutely nothing. No silver in the box, no DDO, no nothing. But then there's the weeks where you find 11 silvers like we did. Is that another one? Look at that, a third one. Very easy to see there. It's got a ring of death on it, though. If Chris were here, I'd ask him, do you want to keep it? I'm going to set it aside as another find.
cow!
3 of them. Now, I know I was talking with Chris through email. He was telling me a little bit about some of his collection, and he's no stranger to the DDOs. So, that being said, maybe he's going to want to pass those forward or something like that. I don't know. I wish you were here, Chris, to be talking. That way I'd know. Alright, that's the end of the 71Ds for Chris Best. That's easily more than half of them that we found. So the hard part there is over. Now we're going to look for no FGs right there. Kind of right there in the middle of your screen. That's where we look for it. If it is just clean, smooth metal there, then we have something. If there's any hint of an F and a G there, no good. Why am I turning these around that way? Let's be efficient here. See, there's one that looks like it's kind of headed the direction. So the die had probably been polished and was starting to wear out, but there's one even closer to that state, but still there's the G. Yep, I've changed it from my Chan to me. Just exclamation point me. I figure why not? Now, over on Coining Around, I got a special one. That was very nice of him. Exclamation point, and then I get the owl emoji. That's pretty cool. At any point between now and the next 45 minutes, there is at least a chance that I will need to stand up, leave, and I have not seen anything yet, Jim. I'm eagerly awaiting that. I will check the tracking on that after we get done here. Woohoo! That's right. And I'll tell you what, it's just, honestly, it's a thrill. Gosh, what are we? Getting close. I think we're right at about 18 months, maybe starting to get into 19 months since we started doing this. And there's a few names here that I still see from those early days. Several new ones, and I see them very often. But you know, names like Jim Cantor, BH, you've been there for a long, long time with me from the start. There's one that, as much as I'd like to call it one, I can see that. The question here is, this is really highly magnified. If I were to get it under a loop that's less magnified, in fact, I'll just do that. Even this loop is probably more powerful than what the jeweler or the graders would be looking at. See, if I tip it in the light, I see the G even through this. So yeah, that unfortunately that one won't be an OFG. That's how we have to do it. Good news is, here in about 2 more rolls of these, we will officially be at the midway point of our hunt and but we should make the second half of it should be that much more efficient, because I'm not going to be talking about other drama or the auction. So I forget if this the shield nickel is going to be maybe one of 3 or 4 that I have now. I just like the shield nickel. They're in outstanding graded condition. They bring a few bucks. Unfortunately, that's not what I have. I should probably do the smart thing and just not spend money on these, save up, and get 1 or 2 things that I really like. But I like these 2. Old and with wear really doesn't bother me. Give me just a second. I'm going to turn the camera off again real quick. Okay, Jim says tracking should arrive on time, so it'll be there tomorrow maybe. That would be awesome. That would be super. I'm supposed to have a Whitman Indian Head and Flying Eagle album showing up. I decided to upgrade from a Whitman folder to a Whitman album. Now, what I might do is I might take some of my duplicates and put them in the folder and move the primary collection into the album. So that could be fun. Again, not a lot of stellar examples, but I'll at least have a chance. I feel like that's my chance to get some nice ones like the 08S into the collection, along with others from like the 60s and 1860s and 70s. Ooh, that was another really close one. You get in the light and you see it. Get them all in one spot, because I've got several of these that are noted with a little dot next to it to tell me that it's elsewhere, like in a flip in a binder. Now I won't have to worry about that. Too much firewood piling today? Man, that's some hard work right there. My dad grew up on a farm and got to do a lot of, picking up and flinging hay bales and stuff. And he ain't a big guy, but he's strong. much stronger than me. I never had to do that stuff growing up. I just ran around and played baseball. About any sport I could find. Come in.
Hello.
Outlet number 3 is here again. Are you all cleaned up?
Yep. Ready for bed.
Ready for bed? All right. Look what we found. 3 71D DDOs.
Ooh.
Have you ever seen one under the microscope?
I don't know.
Here's one.
Is that the one that says in
Nope. No, that one's a little tougher to see.
In God We Trust, but it looks weird?
There's an easy one to see.
It's like bent. Curved.
Yeah. Now you see right there.
Yeah.
And right there.
Oh, it's
Looks like there's
higher.
2. And then you see right through there, you see a split.
No.
The end of it looks like there's 2.
Yeah, it just looks like it has a shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
And then you come up here. See how that looks split?
No.
And then that looks like there's 2 or
Oh,
3
there's
there.
a shadow.
Yep. A shadow.
Oh, it looks like a shadow.
Anyway.
Hoo hoo. So yeah, I'm going to bed.
All right.
Also taking all of these.
No, you're not. Get out of here.
Okay.
Good night, buddy. No, 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 no.
Okay. Good night.
Good night. And he's off. So he's getting some sleep. Actually, quite proud of him. It's about 9 o'clock and he's already getting some sleep. He is 12 years old. Not even a teenager yet. He gonna be a big boy. He's gonna be a big old boy. I have a sweet 74D DDO coming soon. Nice. Nothing wrong with that. I haven't found a 74D DDO that I feel is grade worthy. I would love to. One of these days I will have to get a couple coins out of the album to see about having somebody verify them. As you know, I don't think they're clean, but it's hard to say. All right. We were at the midway point. Chris Best, that is all of them for you. What I'm going to do, give me just a second, I'm going to flip these up so they're nice and kept for you. A couple of weeks ago on your stream. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Have I not sent that to you? Let me see about that box. It's Jim Cantor. Yes, you do. Right there it will be. You're right, Jim. I forgot that I hadn't mailed that yet. But you know what? I'll get them both in the mail. Now that we have plenty to send to you. Give me just another second here. Cameraless. All right. Thanks for letting me do that, guys. Supper got to me a little bit late, so I've been trying to work it in. Full disclosure, of course. All right. Let's get these stapled up. one down. I gotta say, Chris Best has made a. Yeah, it is. Chris Best has had pretty good luck with the rolls that he has picked. Kind of stumbled into some nice silver with only a few rolls and with a whole box. He kind of hit the mother load last week. Now DDOs to chase it with. So last 2 weeks we had 374 DDOs each. And this week, this last Sunday's boxes, so far 3 more DDOs, just the 71D variety. Maybe the other box will have some treats in there too. Maybe we're gonna run out of staples. Maybe. Who knows? Ooh, I didn't notice this one is also marked on it. On the back. But that's okay. That we'll get it taken care of here. 1971D DDO FS101 83122. We'll do the same here. Get to the gaw. You're rating me. That's awfully nice of you. I sense the love. We're just wrapping up our first donators' DDOs. We're about to move on to a friend of yours and mine, Tasman Coins. You are next up. So, three finds so far. All 3 of them, 71D DDOs. That'll be a nice little bonus. And we will put those aside for him. And here we go on Tasman's. Get to the gaw. I don't know. We're at 28 likes. You know, we make it up to let's see. I think we did 40 last time. Oh, my mother has just texted me. Okay. All right. Vinnie Mays, you're back in. All right. Well, hang around, American Eagle Hoarder. How'd you do on your boxes tonight? You had the black boxes, right? I hope you did well. We'll pull up the 77 example again. We'll get right into it. Looking for the 77D DDO. 7? Oh, we haven't left. Okay. Found 7 silvers? Shelbean, how are you doing? Great to see you. We're just hunting DDOs here tonight, trying to find them. Gotta look for them if you're gonna find them. Every once in a while we do. Mostly the 74Ds and 71Ds. All I have is several 73 DDOs, 74 DDO. Still looking for the 71, 72, 77. Really, Jim? I think I've got one of each, but far more 74 and 71s, which is really ironic. I mean, just in a very limited case between you and me, that seems really ironic. Just want to get you liking. We'll hang out, Shellbean. It's going to be okay. We can do that too. Or you can make me one of a couple streams you're watching too. I'll take the hours. We've got the hours we need for monetization. We just need the subs now. And so, you know, I know it's not a huge audience tonight, 12 folks. I would just encourage all 12 of you, go out, check to see that you're still subscribed. I know we've all kind of been sure that we've subscribed to each other before. Never hurts to double check it. So we're going to move on to the 73s and see if we can find that one. I think I've only really found one or two 73s, like 73Ds, I should say, one or two of those. I think like one 72 Philly and one 77D. And what was really crazy, it was all like in the same week that I found several of those. Otherwise, it's just 71D, 74D. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Yep, still subscribed. Thank you, Vinny. I don't know what it is. There's every once in a while I'll get somebody who says, I can't believe I'm not subscribed to you. And that is usually somebody that thinks that they have in the past and probably did. And they were just one of them that, for whatever reason, they took away. No gauze on this one, Shelbean. Sorry. Well, not yet anyway. Hold on, I'm just trying to work something out. Okay. Oh yeah, yep. On the 73s, yep, right there. If you see extra metal to the left of that upright on the L, the I, or the B, that's the confirmation. I still look at it here because the S is pretty easy to spot, as is the R. So I'll double check the L, I, and B if I suspect Trust has something going on with it. But yeah, that I saw his video on that, and that makes a lot of sense. I mean, do what makes it easiest for you, because there's a lot of these to go through. That is for sure. I would love to find one and send it on. But for you, Jim, I hope we find a 71. At least. All right, we'll move on to the 72s. 72 Phillies. Again, doubling at the bottom of the T and the R. And it kind of looks like a little something there, but that's just a ding across that, not actual doubling. I wish the 72s had a little bit better trick like the 73s do, because these can be a little hard to spot. Just because if they're damaged in that area, you may never see it. And I don't think there was nearly as many of these made. With the 72s, you can look over here at the W at the top middle serif. Yeah, that's true. See, that one actually makes me think, but then I look at the W and the E and I don't see anything on the serifs there. So unfortunately on the 72, the middle serif on the W always seems to have a little bit extra there. Yep. I considered doing it the same way too, and maybe someday I will change that up. I'm just stubborn in my way, I guess.
Freeze, Gopher!
Gopher. Gotta go clear up here to get past the gopher. We're down here. Guess that's my fault. I put the gopher there. I had a pretty good day today. I had to do my self-appraisal for performance review. Those are coming up, and it feels like it's going to be good. Company's doing really good overall. Division's right on the mark, so that should turn out to be.
But until we decide it is.
That's right.
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
Nope.
Hell no!
All right, here comes that 71. A barrage of 71s again. Let's see what we can find for Tasman. First one out the gate looks a little suspicious. I don't see the split on the T, so that's not going to be a fit. And a nice one there. That would have been nice to have. Hard thing is putting all these through here. That scope starts to get really grimy right through here, and fingers as well. A little clad dust on them. A little cadmium residue. Nope. I've found a few of these for Tasman as well in the past, so I've got a couple of ducks in the duck race tonight over at Coin and Around. It's my typical numbers, number 13 and 113. Whoever make it, if they ever make it up over 213, folks, I'll probably grab that one too. I'm doing almost as many giveaways on his channel as I do my own. I'm not really complaining. I'm just, I'm kind of stating the fact that sometimes I wake up and I realize what I'm actually doing. That can be a little bit of a chore sometimes, because I don't always want to know. Let me see how things are going over there. I was really hoping I was going to watch a rocket launch on Monday, but I guess we're going to have to do that on Saturday. Oh, looks like they're doing another Bobcat box. All right, quick hide here, guys. Okay, I had a need to address something in an email that having to do with that auction that I won a few things in. It turned out pretty good. Hopefully shipping's not too expensive. No timeout. Let's see. Where'd I leave off? We're on the 71Ds. Yep. Sorry about that, guys. Just wanted to make sure that that was taken care of. See, they called me before the auction started and mentioned to me that they don't ship to Kansas because Kansas wants sales tax. And I'm like, I think this was in Indiana. So I'm not sure why. I've ordered, or I've won other auctions across the country, and that's never come up. But it was kind of tucked away in their T's and C's, terms and conditions, and I completely missed it. But they were good enough to call me ahead of time, saw that I had registered and where I was from, and had asked, do I have a Missouri address that could be used? And my answer to them was yes, because I actually live on the Kansas side of the state line and work in Missouri. That's where my office is at. I'm not there very often, but to avoid the extra sales tax or state tax or whatever the heck it is, I can have it sent there. No additional problems. I'm good with that. So, I also had to do a brief performance review for a colleague of mine that I'm not extremely familiar with him, but every once in a while I get a bizarre one that's thrown my way. It's like, I've never worked with this person. What would I possibly review? But this time it was somebody that I actually did know and have worked with. I just don't know them super well. We've been like acquaintances on the phone. So, that being said, I just give them the benefit of the doubt on a bunch of stuff. Go off what I know, and away we go. So I actually had to do my own review, my own appraisal, self-appraisal, self-assessment, whatever we want to call it, as well as another colleague's. Got an expense report today from my trip to Albuquerque last week. And then tomorrow I'll be doing a lot of updating of information that I took in the field that I have to transcribe into software. Might ask, well, why not take the software to the site with you? Because some of the areas where I work at, electronics are not allowed. It would be a breach of security. Our government would not like that. Not even a little bit. I like my job too much to do something stupid and be asked never to come back and do it again. There's only one time I ever took my phone in to a no phone area. That was about 7 years ago. And I made sure that never happened again. Uh-oh. Tupac's got the Sigma machine out again. Green, green. We like that. All right. 2 more stacks of 71D, and then we'll get on to the no FGs, and then we'll wrap things up for Tasman. So far, no finds, Tasman. They've all been on the Chris's box. What was that? Yes. Yes. Even, well, I guess you could call it Q clearance. which for the Department of Energy is, yeah, it's top secret. There are areas where it's just policy for no phones, it doesn't even have to be top secret. But then there are areas where I can have access to with my clearance. So that other folks would not be able to go into. And sometimes even I have to have escorts. And a lot of times I'm working around, you know, I may have a clearance, but I'm working around a bunch of guys that don't have the clearance. They're like contractors and stuff. But you know, so they're being escorted anyway. Sometimes, since I'm not familiar to these escorts, I don't even worry about taking advantage of that unless it's absolutely necessary. I'll just kind of hang with the guys that need to be escorted, so it's easier on them to know that I'm not going to cause them any problems or any concerns having to keep track of me as an individual. It wants to be one, but I don't think it is. Is it? Might be. The T doesn't look great. Hey, Sam Wilson. I'm gonna say that one's not. I start seeing some things, and then I feel like I'm wanting to see more rather than just seeing them. So I don't think that was one. How we doing, Sam Wilson? This is your kind of thing here. We're looking for DDOs. I know you like to find those varieties and errors. Be right up your alley. Yeah, that's what I was looking for too. Every time I looked at it, I felt like I was straining to see it, and I could almost see it, but it was so, you know, if you got to try that hard, odds are it's not. Is kind of where I'm at with it. So, oh well. We try. That would have been a nice one to have. Chasing the rabbit hole again here. Yep. Appreciate your input on that, Sam. That's kind of where I arrived at it too. And the T just didn't have the split in the serif in Liberty to kind of back that up. So that's where I was really kind of like, I don't think it is. despite what I see elsewhere. I mean, it's all got to fit. Not part of it. It's all got to fit. So I think we're about 2 days away from the new puppy coming to live with us. I'm still thrilled. 3 dogs. I'm just... It doesn't make sense to me. Our minivan is already crowded with 6 people and 2 dogs in it. Why do we need another one? Oh yeah. Well, actually, Sam, we know we've got these 3. They're all 71Ds. So, yeah. Yeah. I've done that several times too, Jim. That's good advice. That one I can see upside down. That actually makes 9 DDOs the last 3 weeks. 3 71Ds this week, and the last 2 weeks before this last Sunday, 3 74Ds each stream found live during the stream. And they were no doubters. So, you know, the 74 generally is a no doubter. But yeah, found plenty of these 71s. It was just kind of, you know, that borderline. If I'm convincing myself it's there, then it's probably not there. So I'm glad we moved on. So I'm going to take the 71D off of the screen. That's why I like having the examples up there too, something to reference. And I think it makes it easier for everybody else. Robert Saves History, how you doing, man? I catch your stuff just about every day. I love what you can do out there. It's awesome stuff. I say that, and I don't think I saw anything today. Maybe I should restate and say just about as often as you put something out, I will see it. And if I don't see it, it's my mistake. All right, looking at 72Ds. Oh yeah, yep. I would get it out and look at it, but it's in the flip, and we just get a lot of glare off the plastic there. So yeah, that's 74D. Yeah, you'll have to let me know if you get that one graded or not. I don't know if it's quite there for that, but wow. That one really wants to be a no FG. Yeah, yep, those videos. Wow. I mean, you can see it right there. You can see the G, but that's pretty faint. I'm almost setting that one aside to, you know, do the Jim thing where I look at it a little bit later. It's definitely close. I don't think it's quite all the way there. It's not a no-doubter anyway. Oh, okay. All right. That would explain why it felt like a couple weeks since I'd seen one. Okay. That was cool. It was great catching them that frequently. This was the FS 102, but the doubling on in wasn't correct. It ended up being a lesser DDO. Wow. Yeah, I don't quite get that deep into those, but good catch. I wonder where my I think I've got one 102 be interesting to look at. I might have 2 of them actually. I'd like to believe that they fit. It fits all the markers, but I took some pictures and sent them to RFT, and this was fairly early on in my opening boxes of halves that happened. So I might just have to see where we land on that. Yeah, I got you. All right, last roll of 72. Potential no FGs for Tasman. These are generally a little harder to find, so that's why they have some value. So I don't think we're going to have any DDOs for you this week, Tasman. I know we won't. And so far it doesn't look like it's going to be any no FGs either. Whoa. Oh, that's just damage. I don't spend a lot of time looking for die cracks and stuff like that, but if I find them while I'm looking for other stuff, then, you know, that's cool. Then again, you know, going through thousands of these $half like I have now, tens of thousands now. You know, I don't know, you either spend a lot of time looking through everything for everything you could find, or stay focused on a couple things and keep moving. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. All right, Brian, or Tasman, I should say. We didn't find anything additional. There is just this one that under that light looks like it's legit. I can see the outline of the G when I get the light on it. Let me get the loop and see if there's anything that makes any sense from that, because the magnification on here is so much more. Sent photo of a capped die sent to Q&A. Is that the one you were talking about, Jim? That'd be really cool if it is. You know, I can see just a hint of it under this magnification too. It's when I turn it and the light hits it. Yep, there it is. Unfortunately, not going to work. Not going to be what we're looking for. So that's going to wrap up Tasman's. I'll be able to get mail out tomorrow, provided we wrap this up. So, looks like the squirrel wheel's going on over at Coining Around. So if you've gotten your name in on the squirrel wheel, I will understand if you're over there making sure that you don't get left out, because they only give you a minute. All right, we're going to get into Jim Cantor's 10 rolls. Let's see if we can find anything there. That's all the 77s we had, was those 3. Jim's is going to go a little quicker. There's just fewer of them. Jimmy Lucari, how you doing, sir? Mike Schleiss stopped by earlier, says hi. We tease you guys, but I hope you all take it well. It's not, there's no ill intent. Alright, there's the 73s. Oh, okay, Jimmy. Not a problem. I appreciate you hanging out. I haven't looked to see what kind of likes we have. If we made it to like 40 or something, I'll probably do something. I'm 6 likes away. I mean, I'd do something for 40. since it's a smaller crowd, I'd take 40 likes with 10 people in here. All right, there's the 72s. We'll get on to the 71Ds. It's just that quick. Let's find a 71D for Jim. Come on. We got about a stack and a half to, or a roll and a half to make that happen. Let's go. Once I do this, maybe tomorrow I can go exchange coins. So the real question is, do I get my 2 boxes that I normally get, and leave 2 at the bank that they hold on to for me, because Labor Day weekend, the week of Labor Day is coming up, and they're really bad about, Garda is really bad about delivering the week that there's a federal holiday, like next week. So, that's why I kind of wanted 2 in reserve, to make sure we have a full bunch to get through that non-delivery week, or whatever it is they don't do. That being said, I think I better go in and get coins tomorrow, because I don't know what my Friday looks like yet, if I'll be driving up to Iowa or not. If I drive up to Iowa, we'll for sure do this on Monday, or we'll do the regular hunt on a Monday. I'll figure out a time, we'll do that. And I'd probably do it during the day, not a Labor Day, right? If I don't go to Iowa, then we'll probably keep it on Sunday. So I'm hoping by Friday I'll have a comment video stream announcement out there and be able to announce when we're doing it. So I hope you can make it either day, but I will understand if you don't, being that it's Labor Day weekend. My kids will probably want to go to what we call basically a small fair comes to town in our small town, and so my kids may want to run around and do all kinds of things down there on the different rides and eat all the wrong things. So no 71Ds. Sorry, Jim. Not this time. Well, you've got one of the nicest 72Ds right here. I doubt that it's going to be an OFG, but man, if it is, God, tell me that's not a grader. If it were an OFG, that thing would be awesome. Yeah, there's some dings on it, but man, I mean, look at all that. That'd be a beautiful one. But it has an FG on it. Now, Robert, you're going to get a lot of millennial pushback there. Either way, I think I'm going to take the second half of Friday off. My hope is that maybe I can pick up like an extra box of quarters or something and just have some fun. Raise a couple of them. Yeah. Good times, man. Good times. Well, so far, the second box that was hunted for Tasman, Jim, and Mateo hasn't produced a thing yet. So, you know, it's like a bunch of lollygaggers.
You guys, you lollygag the ball around the empty. You lollygag your way down to first. You lollygag in and out of the dugout. You know what that makes you, Larry? Lollygaggers. Lollygaggers.
That's right. Lollygaggers. All right. So for Mateo, who I don't believe is here, we actually don't have any 77s to look at, so we're going to jump right into the 73s. These are going to go fairly quick, so we're about to wrap things up. I'll tell you what, for his, we'll look at them the way Paul does, right there. No extra metal, and really you don't even have to look at all three of them. You just know by looking at one of them. And it's real clear to see when you have that extra metal too. The example doesn't show the extra metal, but if you were to go out to like Variety Vista, it would definitely show you on this one. Oh, Robert, no. Maybe it's Gen Z that's the one that's we're struggling with now. So I'm a Gen Xer, man. So I'm kind of caught there between the boomers and the next group. We don't get too crazy either way. We like to think we got everything figured out, which we don't. So that's another way that you can look at the 73Ds. Breeze for me, 721. How are you? Good to see you. Are you new to this channel? I'm trying to remember if I've seen you here before. I think I've seen you other places. I'm just trying to remember if I've seen you on my channel. Again, my Breezy. Apparently Jimmy knows you. He's seen you. Sure. Okay. Well, great. Thanks for stopping by. We're just kind of in the last stages of a DDO hunt. I take all these DDOs out of the rolls that we hunt on Sundays, and we look for the 74D and the DDO and the 82P no FGs while we're hunting silver on Sundays. But I take the 71Ds, 72 Phillies, 73Ds, and 77Ds, and we hunt them for the DDOs and the no FGs on this stream. Since they're all in the 70s, that's why we call it that 70s show, or that 70s show. So let me switch these over. Or no, that 70s hunt. Yeah, it's right there. Right there. That's what we call it. So the alternative name, and I kind of threw this in the title tonight, was the DDO show. So that's what we're doing. It's pretty lightly attended, but you know, I end up having to do these when there's a ton of other people on. So we're splitting time with people. I get it. It's not a big deal. I like the Sunday afternoon one. It's a nice little focus time for the more robust show that we do. But I'm glad to have you here. We're at 35 likes, guys. We get 5 more before we wrap up. I will do a giveaway. I will. Don't make me. I didn't think we'd get that close to 40 tonight, but looks like we are. Appreciate every one of them. And for those that have been hanging out, sticking it out, listening to me ramble on, I do a little bit of rambling. It might make you say,
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
it could cause you to say that. Alright, we've got one more stack of 71Ds, then we got kind of a little 3/4 stack of 72Ds, and then we're going to wrap things up. So we got to get them 5 likes right now, guys. When we make it to 40, we'll do that extra. But I'm also, breeze for me, I'm also about 20, 21, really nice one right here. Too bad it's not a DDO. That thing is beautiful. I'm about 20 subs away from 750, and we're planning on doing a little bit of a celebration at 750. It's kind of the halfway point between 500 and 1,000, so we're going to celebrate then. And then we're going to have the... we're going to push to 1,000. Can't believe we're actually talking about that. So, long story short, if you'd like to sub, and if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate that. But yeah, that 70's hunt is a direct ripoff from that 70's show. Okay, alright, well that's good. These are the only circles that we deal with, though. No breathing treatment circles. Although it would be hilarious if it were. We would dream up some very interesting stuff, I'm sure. But that's not my thing. And I try to keep things pretty family oriented here, so. All right, last chance for a no FG for Matteo Stranato. Old Bell, you are here just in time to see us wrap things up. Just a handful of potential no FGs that we're checking on our last donator from Sunday. And then we're going to wrap things up. We need 5 likes immediately to be able to do a 40 like giveaway. Right. And for those that may have missed it, I'm kind of flying high because I just landed a couple of really cool things on an internet auction site. Not particularly high graded stuff, but fun stuff. So, trying to think, do I have anything else we can be looking at? Got some pennies we can look at. Anybody want to do that? As for the stream and the 70's hunt, you know, we're done with that part. So, let me get a quick drink here. I could get out my Strike It Rich book and take a look at some pennies. Hopefully I don't drop this. Got some ice cube trays with pennies. I need to create some labels. But they're holding the pennies pretty good for what I'm looking for. Look at what do we need to see here? We'll do a little bit of this. So I don't look for every single variety that's out there. If it's listed as a FS number in book I'm referencing is Strike It Rich. If the Cherry Picker's Guide references it as an FS number, I will generally look at that, but I will also look to see in circulated condition. You know, I'm not going to spend time looking for the $2 and $3 items. I'm going to look to see, do we have the $20, $30, $40, $50, something like that. So, just so you kind of know where I'm at with how I hunt. I would love to have ample time to go through things super thoroughly and find every little thing. But, you know, 4 kids, soon to be 3 dogs. Full schedule of other goodies there. Ain't happening. I'll go ahead and take the $50 off so we can kind of see what we're looking at there. Looks like we're looking for doubling in the date and also in Liberty. First in the date. Don't see it. And there should be kind of north-south doubling on the 4. That would be, it would be better to go over here. I don't know why that wasn't working. I'm sitting here talking to myself, apparently. All right, I'm back. At least you can hear me. See, that's the thing. Every time I think I've got this thing set up to where it just transitions smoothly, I don't have to reset settings on a microphone or something. It just finds new ways to be kind of just slightly broken, just enough to where I can fix it, but just enough to be a pain to have to fix it. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure even you would admit that, you and a few others have a higher win percentage than others, let's say. And maybe it's just a knack for it. Maybe it's an approach. I honestly don't know. I don't care, but it's a little bit of statistical oddity. I think most people would be comfortable in saying that, but I appreciate that you don't mind. I'll never tease you with malice. Oh, okay. Let's see what we got coming up on LiveCoin Q&A. Oh boy. Oh boy, look at that. That's cool. That is going to be very cool. Is there even a date on that one, Jim? Or did you weigh it? Is it copper? That's going to be very cool. I won't ruin the surprise. Go out and check out LiveCoin Q&A on Monday. It'll be a good one. Let's come back to that main screen again. We'll do a few more of these just to have some fun. See, there's the thing. I don't understand. I should be able to go back and forth between these effortlessly without having to deactivate and then reactivate the microscope. I'm going to move back to the 2006. Looks like there's a couple things to look for here. Doubling in the 2006 in the words "in God and liberty." That'd be the FS 102s. FS 101 is an extra ear. They said that it is a capped die and brockage strike. No date, but copper. Nice. Well, brockage strike alone, that's really cool. Man, that's a keeper. All right, is that something that you're considering sending in, depending on what they say? Cap die. I've never really looked into that. Couple of these are really dirty, as a lot of pennies are. That one's so dirty it makes this part of the 6 go away. Pardon me, guys. Sorry, didn't mean to yawn. If I remember correctly, Brockage Strike is when you have the reverse that shows through to the obverse or vice versa. Jim, you'll be able to tell us a little more about that, I would think. Being that you have that in your possession and probably wanted to know more about it about that fast, yeah. And I can't wait. Can't wait to get that shipment in. That's going to be cool. That reminds me, I need to make some effort for my kids' school payment. I'd have to look up the technical definition of a Brockage Strike. But when you find them, they're pretty darn cool. I don't know if it's hit so hard when it struck that it shows through, or if it actually gets turned around and like hit a second time, and that transfers the reverse to the obverse. I honestly don't know enough about them to be real intelligent. So I'm not going to hurt myself trying. Because you can't hurt yourself trying to be smarter than you are. What we need to check in on the duck race. See where we're at on that. Nothing on those. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I just saw that, Jim. Cool stuff. I mean, really cool finds. Because you can see Lincoln, but it just looks like, yeah, there's like something in the way of the die, and it just almost looks like cellophane, almost like plastic wrap over the top of it. And you can't really see through it. So, tell you what, we'll do the 2004s. We can look at the 2000s, 99s, and 98s real quick, and then we'll call it a show. How much longer we got on this duck race? Looks like about 30 minutes. So, yep, we can do the 2004s. Yes, you will. That is for sure. All right. So 2004s that I'm looking at. And this one's even questionable why I'd spend a lot of time looking for it. So I'm looking at some of these, and the 2004D actually has a lot more. It's just not an FS number. Kaneka. Copper coins show it as, Wexler has it as a DDR. 2004 has a DDR on it at the word pluribus and unum. A mint error, an early capped die impression where a sharp incuse image has been left on the next coin fed into the coining chamber. I want to see how that happens. Slow motion. So we're going to look at pluribus and unum here and see if we have be extra width in the U and the S. Just about every letter there, and especially in the U and the M in unum. Luckily, pretty quick and easy to tell on these. Never found one. It can't be that uncommon because in circulated condition, $8 to $12. It's a little below the range I like to look for. Most brokerages are partial, full brokerages are rare and most desirable in this area. Well, it'll be interesting to see what they say about gems because there's a lot of it there. I don't know if it's 100% or if it's 90%. It looked like a lot of it was there. Alright, nothing on the 2004s. The 2000s, 99s, and 98s are all going to be, we're all going to be looking for the wide AM, so these should go fairly smoothly. Oh, coining around just got to 1800. Congratulations to coining around. I've really enjoyed kind of getting to know those guys. Got some crazy things going on, but you know, generally good-hearted people. Nope, not enough. Just because there's a little separation there between the foot of the A and the M in America on the reverse doesn't mean that it's a wide AM. The M is a little more centered when it's true. Look at these 99s. These are the ones that these are the ones worth a little bit. I've got a 2000 and I've got a 98 that I found coin roll hunting. I thought I'd found a 99, but I sent it to a few people and yeah, it just wasn't quite enough, and there was enough damage or dirt in the area that it made you question it. And unfortunately, it was not to be. These are actually from a hunt I did before we did the penny battle with Dragon Silverkeeper and Tasman. So I haven't even gone through those to find those yet. I've got the copper separated out, but I got to go through and look for these things next. That'll take some time. I appreciate your explanation on that, Old Bell. That's very helpful. definitely want to tune in for that one on Monday night. That's a really dirty one. Ugh. I almost don't feel like touching pennies without gloves on. We'll wrap it up after this. Yep, last one here. Nope, no wide AMs. We could check the 92s for close AMs. Tell you what, let's just do that. We'll do the 92 and 92Ds. Look for the close AM. Crazy how they have close and wide and all that having to do with the spacing between the A and the M in America. Those wacky guys at the Mint. I've never found one of these either. That'd be a really nice one to find it on though. That was a shiny penny. It's got a lot of weird tone on it. Alright, nothing on the 92Ds. Let's see what the 92s have. If anything. Probably not. Being that we've found a... Oh, nice, nice. I found more than just a few of those. They're very novelty find, aren't they? I don't know a lot of places that are really interested in them, if any. I'm not even sure, does anybody send something like that into grade? If it's in like outstanding condition? I'm not sure that there's a high premium on them. Ooh, that one got boogered up right where it counts. You'll never know if that one was or not. It wasn't. Oh, there they are again. They've been gone for quite a while. Luckily, we are just about to close up, so they're not going to get us again, but I'm going to give them the gun and the Pac-Man collectively one more time. There you go. Because guess what happens when you mess with this channel putting that junk out there? You don't win, we win.
Touchdown, Kansas City!
And all you're going to hear is... because it makes you look like...
You're killing me, Smalls.
Because they think
resistance is futile.
I'm just kind of unloading everything at this point because we're done. We're done with the coins. So, well, let me do this. I want to thank everybody for coming out, hanging out for a while. Looks like Tupac just found a DDO on his stream. That's cool. 74 DDO. Anyhow, thanks for hanging with us. Well, apparently that no FG 901 is worth a little something, so be on the lookout for it. It looked like it had to be in MS69, which I have found nothing even close to those, so we won't be getting $600 for anything. So I'd be happy with 60 cents for them. So anyhow, we had some fun. We found the 3 DDOs for Chris Best. Sorry, Tasman and or 65 was 600. I'm still nowhere near the 65. Tasman, Jim Cantor, and Matteo Stornato. Sorry we didn't find anything additional for you, but now I can get mail taken care of from this last week, and we'll get things sent out. So appreciate you hanging with me, and keep spreading the word. We'll get to 750 real quick. Like I know we will. I'm willing to give it about a month without any concern. We picked up a few this last week, so just want to say goodnight to everybody, and we'll leave you with this.
Sorry, folks, we're closed for 2 weeks to clean and repair America's favorite family fun park. Sorry.
We'll see you later, guys.